Yeah, my charter is supposed to be June 2nd and arrive June 3rd. So we'll take it.
But unless it's all.
Services. Madam Clerk. Okay,
Your tablet's not
we
working?
don't have any tablets.
Never mind. Commissioner Killock has requested an excuse. Commissioner Clementi,
Present.
Commissioner Baydun,
Right here.
Vice Chair Palomero has requested an excuse. Chair Mareki,
Here,
we have a quorum present.
okay, thank you. Next item.
Item B, Chairwoman's remarks.
The only remark I have is today we were going to have a discussion about the Newburgh Mill, and administration has asked me to pull that for a future date. So we're not going to have that today. All right, next item.
Item C, approval of the May 12th and May 26th, 2026 meeting minutes.
Support.
Any discussion, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any nays? All right, motion passes. Thank you.
Item D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Moving to item E, new business number 1. Communication from Odayo Akanyemi Director, Department of Public Services for the April 2026 report on all complaint calls made to 1888 road crew.
All right. Any questions on this? Comments? Yes, we'll take everything at once. Yep.
Working now.
That it?
Yeah.
Good morning. Right now, this is just about the 1888 road crew. Yes,
Be
go ahead,
careful,
Commissioner.
be careful, there's a couple potholes in that seat.
If they're in Commissioner Wilson's district, for sure.
And that's why we're here.
And that's why you're here. Right. Madam Chair, just one quick question, Director Dial. What's the difference between acknowledged and received in the report? Because there were positionings that said something has been acknowledged and then others have been received. And then how do they move to complete it?
So there are different kind of issues,
Mhm.
right? Hey, good morning, everybody.
morning.
Dayo Akinyemi, Director for Wayne County DPS. It's a privilege to always be here, and I know today is very, very important, so I decided to move things to make sure that I'm here in person to be able to address any question that you might have. There are different kind of issues. There are issues that come to us that can be fixed immediately or, within a reasonable amount of time, we'll fix them. There are some of them that are long-term, is a 5-year or 3-year planning. If somebody complains that they saw, build a bridge, right? That might be a long-term planning. It's something we need to work with another agency. It's City of Detroit, is MDOT, we acknowledge it, we work with those people, and we acknowledge. So not knowing the particular complaints that came in, we acknowledge some things, we receive some things, we take care of some things, and some things are seasonal. So somebody call us and say something about snow and ice, right? We acknowledge those because we're going to take care of it. Somebody calls us about dead animal, right? We take care of those. Somebody calls us about a vehicle that's stuck on the freeway. We will not remove a vehicle that's stuck on the freeway. We'll need to work through. There's a chain of way to address it. We'll let MSP know or somebody know. They'll tag it. They'll wait so many days. Then it gets towed. So there are different things.
It's different things. So one, really quick, one says traffic signal, it says received, and then another one just says other, and it says acknowledged. So that's why I didn't know.
So the other, so I'm glad so that's why I said different. When you look at the category other, everything is logged in 188 road crew. That's why we encourage you all to use 188 road crew. Our system also acknowledges, so we have what we call SCADA. We have some technology. So in the pump station, we have technology that notifies us of problem with the pump station. We have technology in our traffic signal that notifies us some of our traffic signal. When that comes in, somebody, an engineer or a technician will look on their computer, acknowledge the problem. I'm going to fix it tomorrow. That is not a human being calling. That's a system calling. If there's an alarm in one of our buildings that come to us, we acknowledge that the building is not on fire. The system just is malfunctioning. We can reset it from there, and we continue to monitor it. So when you see other is generally not a human being calling. Other, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, other is the system itself notifying us that is a problem, an alarm in our system somewhere.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you, Madam Chair.
So we have a short agenda. I know you're here for the Township Road Initiative. Can you wait a few?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because we only have a couple items on today, so that.
Actually, I'm not here for anything in particular. I have Alan Cole on the Zoom. I just wanted to be here to just make sure I'm present today, just in case you have anything.
Appreciate it.
You.
So again, we just have a short. No, let's wait till he comes back, unless it's about 888 road crew. Is it about 888 road crew? Not specific things, but general questions like Angelique's was?
If you let me get the question out, then maybe I can get it out.
All right. Well, I just don't want to get engrossed in, okay. Okay. All right.
They already know about my issue.
Okay.
So I just wanted to ask the director a question. I'm sorry. Thank you, Director. Just wanted to ask you a quick question. It's sort of like piggybacking on Commissioner Mayberry's, Peterson Mayberry's inquiry. When we talk about acknowledged, and I think I heard you sort of expound upon that, but when I see here, it says culvert, then it says acknowledged, and then it's the date that it was received was April the 3rd. So April 3rd, 2026, acknowledged, I think this is June the 9th, and then it says culvert, clean culvert. So you acknowledge something here, but then is it still open, or is it, I'm not sure. And there's a few of them on here that meet that category. And I just wanted just a quick response if that's possible.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you, sir.
So I was glad about the example that you gave. There are several things that we acknowledge. If you tell me, Commissioner Dobb had a culvert in her area, we had to plan for it, we had to design for it, we had to repair it. It took us about 4 or 5 months before we got there. There are things that you have to do engineering for. You're not going to fix a culvert immediately. Now, if a culvert is also partially filled, is not blocking, we schedule the work. You all know that about our 6-point approach to stormwater management. And one of the contract is the ditching contract, right? You all know that you just approved it last month. So something like that is waiting for it, we acknowledge it. We have not fixed it. We acknowledge it. We put it on the list for that contractor, and they are starting next week, Monday. They were supposed to start Wednesday, tomorrow, but it's going to be raining for the rest of the week. So they just got our permission to start Monday next week. We'll let you know when they start. and I will communicate that to you. But that's the kind of thing that will be acknowledged. We put it on the list. We're going to take care of it.
Okay, thank you, Director. And final inquiry, area mowing, same scenario, acknowledged. It says the issue is mowing an area where there's cattails, I guess, that are protruding out in the street where it's blocking the vision. And again, that says April 3rd. And it says, I guess it's acknowledged, but there's no, I would look to see closed, but I don't see closed here. It says
So,
acknowledged. So how
again, thank you very much.
yes, sir.
Area mowing is another example. We're not going to be jumping to every complaint that come in. We call it SWAT mowing or area mowing, right? So we have so many crews. So if you tell me something is in this district or in this particular area, and I have a crew that is moving, they put it on the list. We're going to get it. It might be 3 weeks away, it might be 4 weeks away, but it's in the path of the work. One of the things that, and I believe I shared with a lot of the commissioner, when I took over the position, if you look at the way we've done stuff, we've generally done it because the commissioner called, so we run around and we just do it, right? So if the commissioner doesn't call for something, it will fall to the bottom. I don't think it's the most effective way of doing things. I think we get the call and we address issues regardless of who calls, because there's an 888 road crew that we're asking people to do. It's more efficient, it's more proactive, and you knock things out. Now you call, we prioritize it, but when we get to that particular corridor, we knock as many things off as possible, not just the one issue that got people to. So people would drive 1 hour to fix one issue, come back to the office. It's not efficient. So SWAT mowing, we're mowing because mowing season, I'm not going to mow before April, is not the right time for it. So if you also mow too early, somebody in the next 2 months, they're going to call you back to mow. So we started, then the mowing contract also went through commission in April, May, if you recall as well. So now the mowing contractor just began mowing with our people, and we have a cycle. So we mow at least twice a year, and we just knock things out as we go through that corridor.
Oh, okay, thank you, Director. But again, the catwalks and safety issues, if you have to wait until the swath mowing takes effect.
So the catwalk, like the cattails.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
the
cattails. I'm sorry, cattails.
So you're talking about the kind of grass,
right?
The kind of shrubs that grows in wet area, in ditches. So it has safety, but it's not safety for pedestrian. It's ugly, right? So we do that as we go through the season, right? So and then there's also a part of the ditches that has cattails that will be done with the ditching contract. But the mowing of the cattails is part of the things that we will be getting done as we go through the season. We do that twice every year. So it's not just by phone call, it's by schedule.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Director.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. All right, so we'll do the 2 agenda items and then get to the township road.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And just so you know, what we send you with the monthly 888 road crew report is the commission request.
Yeah.
I look at additional information to look at percentages of things that are closed and things like that. I'm hopeful that working with you, Madam Chair, that I can have an opportunity to come over probably next week or something, then give you additional information, and we can have presentation. You can see percentages of things closed, percentages of things that take, because the way I look at it, things that took 30 days, things that took 60 days or more, things that took 90 days or more. And what are the things? So we have record of all of those. Generally, we close majority of our issues under 60 days. Again, it's a function of what type. If it's somebody saying come sweep, we can knock that out in 24, 48 hours, right? But if it's, ditching, or if it's a culvert needs repair, some things take a little longer. So we'll share that information with you.
Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Madam Clerk.
Item number 2, requesting commission approval of an addendum to the cooperative agreement with WCI Contractors, Inc.
Okay. Who is here on this one? Good morning.
Yep, Elizabeth Isler, Chief of Planning for Parks. Yeah, so this is part of the County Executive's initiative to add pickleball courts through the park. And so we looked at locations. Elizabeth Park is one. Residents had been requesting pickleball courts there. The other 2 locations, we looked at where they would be adjacent to other facilities. So in Vinoy, Dorsey Park, we're adjacent to Jefferson Barnes Community Center, and then in Nankin, we're adjacent to our admin building. So trying to put them in locations where, high activity areas and also where existing courts were that aren't being used.
That you
So,
can convert over.
exactly.
So how many total will you have?
That's a good question. I think will be at least 6 at Nankin. We're trying to get at least 6 because that helps if you want to do leagues, then they need kind of that minimal amount for leagues. So that's where we're aiming at for the 3 locations.
Did you say for a league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's pickleball leagues, they want at least 6 courts, I think is what works better. So that's
So
what
will,
we're
will it
aiming.
just be like a pickup thing or will there actually be a league for the?
No, I mean, we're kind of seeing what happens with it. If, like in Northville with the volleyball courts, there's leagues there that Northville, runs, they, lease that space. I mean, I think because there are a lot of pickleball courts that are more like private ones where you pay, I mean, we're kind of excited to have ones where people can just come and play and they don't have to pay to use
Sure.
them. If leagues are interested, I guess we'll visit that at that time, but we just wanted to get them out there and kind of have them available.
Sounds good. Questions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I kind of started my question with that because there are a lot of leagues in the downriver area.
Mhm.
So it's going to be open to the public to come and use the court.
Right.
And then who would, like Trenton would have to lease it
Yeah,
out, their
they do.
park and rec,
Right,
or?
that's kind of how we work with communities. If they want to have leagues, then that community will kind of run with that. If they want.
So could Lincoln Park or River Rouge, if they wanted to go?
It
to
doesn't have
Elizabeth
to be
Park?
Trenton. I
okay.
mean, like our soccer fields they might be in one location, but another community might rent them for the season or, however they do that. So no,
Okay.
it doesn't have to be specific to the city.
And does it have to be a city or could it be a private organization that would?
Good question. I mean, I will definitely have to
Okay.
visit that. And that's probably more, I'm the design side, that's part of the recreation
yeah,
side of our group,
okay.
but I can bring all those questions back to them.
Just interested and thank you. There was one more thing that was on the tip of my tongue. Oh, whereabouts in the park? Where are they still looking at?
No, they're at
In
where
Elizabeth Park.
Elizabeth Park is across from the chateau.
Okay.
Where
Oh,
there
yes.
are tennis courts that have
Right.
been sitting there for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That was one question, but the second question was around, so we're converting all of the tennis courts to pickleball?
The ones that haven't been used.
Okay, because that was my question. I know pickleball is, although it's been around for a while, it's become more popular now.
Right.
So for those who play tennis, I didn't know if we did a study to say, we're converting all of these to this sport.
Right.
But then what about those
Yeah,
who
we
still want
just
to play
haven't
tennis?
had tennis courts for quite a while. I mean, these are just courts.
They're just
that have
sitting
been kinda
dormant.
Sitting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we wanted to make use of
Yeah.
them. And I think there are tennis courts in high schools and at, schools and properties that are nearby. I mean, we
Yeah.
did look at that and
Yeah.
we even looked at that when we were looking at where to put these. I think the indoor one by Elizabeth Park just happened, but it's, again, you're paying a fee and it's indoors. And so
Yeah.
you're kind of going with what, our parks use.
Yeah, which is good to hear because I know, tennis is a sport that they're teaching in schools. And
Yeah.
so we want to make sure that there's still amenities for those who are
Oh, yeah.
still in the space of tennis. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Anybody else? All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay, next item.
Item number 3, requesting commission approval of a cooperative agreement with BEC Enterprises LLC, DBA Brown Equipment Company.
Right? Who's here on this? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Eric Ludwig, Assistant Division Director for DPS Equipment. Okay, with approval of this will give us an opportunity to purchase these two pieces of equipment, which we have never had before. They will increase production and increase the safety for the operator on this. The remote control mower is going to be used for the freeway slope embankments, the very steep ones where people could possibly unfortunately tumble off the equipment if they're using it. So this will increase our safety and productivity on accomplishing that. And the remote mower can be used in other operations also as needed for either brush or vegetation control or anything like that.
I saw one of these the other day.
Yes.
Yeah, it's big, but the angle is like, yike, I wouldn't want to be sitting on that.
I've seen some of the guys going through back in the day and they're sitting there pretty much
Yeah,
sideways and you're just
kind
kind
of
of
highway.
waiting. Yes. And you're just waiting. So this will go ahead and help us do that. And very exciting to try something new.
So do we already have these?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
This is
so
the
is it
first,
maybe the city of Detroit? I'm
uh,
trying to think of where I saw it.
maybe the freeway contractors
Oh,
may
freeway
have them,
contractors?
but yes, we do not have any in our inventory.
Okay. All right.
And then the Alpha Eagle is a very unique piece of equipment to build on what Director Dial was stating about the mowing. This will assist with mowing, increase productivity on that and operator safety due to the fact that it is set up to be universal. It can cut light brush, it can do heavy brush, and then also for the production standpoint, if the operator is mowing along a side embankment or anything like that, and he notices that maybe a stop sign is covered, he can actually use the attachment to cut down that brush to increase that. And then with it being multi-use, even we do have a separate head that may be coming with it or attachment where it can go ahead and do a thicker type of vegetation. So on that, and then the cool part about this thing is the operator, the cab actually picks up and swivels. So the operator does not have to go back to the yard, back up, or get a different piece of equipment. Or if he's a operator seeing anything, they can just rotate the cab and then just go about their business. So yeah, very excited about these.
Yeah, good. How long is it going to take to get them?
We're looking at about a 12-week turnaround upon approval.
Okay. Did you have a question, Mr. Clemente?
Yes, so I think they were answered. So there still is, even though it's robo, there still is an operator on this piece of equipment. It's
Not on it, ma'am. He's
he is-
working remote control.
so, okay.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thought you said somebody was on it. So I was like,
No,
okay,
no.
so they're just, so where are they positioned when they're like how
The
close
operator will be stationed back in a safe zone
Mhm.
while the equipment is out doing its mowing or whatever it's doing.
Do you have a picture of this that you could send to us?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, that would be very helpful. Anytime, like something different that we're getting, it would be very helpful because before we had something in Gibraltar and it was misunderstood what it was. And we got a picture, we're like, oh, it makes sense now.
Definitely, I will
I'm a
get that to
visual
you.
learner. So thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next, oh, we need
Motion to
direction.
approve,
Okay,
motion to approve items 1, 2, and 3.
Support.
okay. Any questions before everyone votes? All right, go ahead and. Oh, yeah, the first one's receive and file, and then the next two are, yep, action items. Okay, so can you vote?
It's not up for you guys.
Yeah. You can.
All right,
Motion carries.
okay, thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, number 4 is the next one, and we are not going to do that today.
Item number 5, discussion regarding the status of the Township Road Initiative expenditures.
Okay, who's here for this? All right, good morning again.
Good morning.
And thank you
Dyer
for being here.
Wayne County DPS. I'm here, and our Assistant Division Director of Engineering, Mr. Alan Cole, is also online.
Okay. Sounds good. Did you want to start?
No, I want to start. Again, thank you so much. Before I proceed, just wanted to, for completion, the 888 road crew that we sent you earlier, May report. So there are things that were done or status of things as of May, not June. So when you see something April 26, that they've just not been closed in the 6 weeks, or so it's not April 26 and today is, and you've not finished it, is as of the last day of May. So I just wanted to be there. But thank you very much for the township paving initiative. Just as a reminder, the commission provided or tasked us with two bunch of money, $7 million and $7 million, totaling $14 million. So we call it phase 1 and phase 2 in our program. And the way we did it, there are 9 townships. We did it as just a reminder, I'm sure you all remember, 1-to-1 match. So how do you make $7 million available? The first year, we just told everybody is going to be $1 million each. Bring $1 million, we'll provide $1 million. Knowing fully well that maybe there's a chance not everybody is able to come up with $1 million. So if you're able to, so we're not limiting everybody to that mathematics, right? Then the second phase, by that time, we knew how much had been taken in the first phase, and we knew that $700,000, excuse me, there was a max that people will be able to take advantage of, and that was $700,000. So the first phase, 4 of the 9 townships took advantage of the full $1 million. So Van Buren Township, Northville Township, Plymouth Township, and Brownstown Township took advantage of the full available $1 million. Canton Township took advantage of $773,000. Sumter Township took advantage, or at least signified their intention to take advantage of $850,000. Huron Township signified their intention to take advantage of $900,000. Grosse Ile Township, $411,000. Redford Township, $525,000. Of the 9 townships for phase 1, Brownstown Township have an executed contract. Grosse Ile executed and I believe paid. Redford Township executed contract. The other communities are in different phases of execution. Van Buren, they combined phase 1 and phase 2 for $1.7 million, and their contract was executed and returned to township as of April 22. So it's working through there for their own signature. Northville Township combined phase 1 and phase 2 for $1.2 million. We're waiting on IGA from the township. Sumter Township and Huron Township, we're still in active engagement to get them to complete their contract, IGA signature, back and forth. The Huron Township, Sumter Township, we already went through commission, is waiting for township to sign it. I got a call from the manager 2 weeks ago that they've already signed it. It needs to come through for it to be completed. Huron Township, I'm working with the managers and their treasurers. There's a lot of back and forth, but the ball is in their court. They need to conclude on the projects and things like that. So that's where we are as of today in phase 1. We've spent $7.46 million, and in phase 2, $900,000 has been spoken for, leaving a total of $6.1 million unspoken for. And I have reached out to different townships. Phase 2, whoever needs to speak to phase 2, has spoken. Whatever is left, the premise of the program is it's available on first come, first serve. And some of the township have already reached out. They're willing to take advantage of everything else.
And
So
that still is a match when they,
it's still a match.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Right. Did you mention where you are with Plymouth Township as far as their,
So
IGA.
Plymouth Township for their IGA is executed.
okay,
It was executed, full ball approved, 11/20/2025, November 20, 2025. They have not signified or their interest for phase 2.
okay. And so all the townships are aware of the chance they could have phase 2,
That's correct.
and that'll be a first come, first serve type thing.
No, phase 2 is still 700,000. Once we do the final call for and say, hey, we haven't heard from everybody on this date or after this date, this is the amount that remains. We're going to put it out for everybody. My goal is for that final call, we're going to open it for first come, first serve. And a
Okay.
few townships have already reached out to us. They're willing to take advantage of everything
Sure.
that they do.
Okay, great. Question, yeah.
Thank you, Director,
Yes, sir.
for that explanation. I'm going to ask you just a quick question and get your expertise on local roads and collector roads. And as you know, the way roads are classified may influence maintenance requirements as well as certain state and federal funding opportunities. Whether you're Sumter, whether you're Huron, whether you're Redford, whether you're Canton Township, whatever the case may be, roads are classified. And can you speak to that, please? Because I understand the township initiative, that's great, and there's $6.1 million left. But when you categorize the roads, that sort of delineates the type of funding that these townships are able to receive based on their categorization. So could you please expound on that for the audience, please?
Just for the record, that does not factor into the township paving initiative. Township paving initiative, the onus is on the community to come up with whatever they want to use the money for.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, some township, all they wanted to use it for was patching all their subdivision road. And some township, they want to use it for gravel road conversion to paving. And some township, they want to use it for resurfacing. Some of them, they just want to take the money and do it by themselves. Some of them, they want us to do it. So I just wanted to make sure that the question, and I'm willing to answer that.
Thank you.
The question you're asking, I'm going to try to not allow my nerd to come out. There are different classification of roadways, right? In the state of Michigan, the top one is the freeway, right? So freeway is what we call limited access right of way. So you limit the way to access a freeway through ramps. So you can ride your bike on it. You can go into a ramp, into a freeway from your house, right? Limited access right of way. Then you go to county roads or even MDOT road, surface road. They are the major arterials, right? Then you come to minor arterials. Then you come to collector, and you come to distributor. Then you come to your local street, like your residential street, subdivision streets. There are different laws around them or different expectations around them. Even when you look at how we do snow and ice management, right? We address the freeway first because they carry the largest volume of traffic and they are more impactful. Then we go to major arterials, right? Then we go to distributor and the collector roadways, and we work our way down to residential streets. So the funding, there are different available funding. For example, when you look at FHW, Federal Highway, and U.S. Department of Transportation, there are several categories of funding that's available, a lot of them by competition. So they're looking at the impact of the roadway. So if I submit, for example, pick a street, a residential street, in any of your community, right? Main Street in the city, in Northville Township, for example, right? And I want to use a resurfacing and I apply for grant, USDOT grant. When they are looking at the number of vehicles, the number of trucks, and they are ranking it, it's not going to even rank compared to if I apply for Telegraph or I apply for, like Macomb County applied for Mound Road or I apply for Plymouth Road, right? So there are some amount of money that you can have access to based on AADT, average annual daily traffic, AADTT, average annual daily truck traffic, the volume, the implication, the throughput, all of those things becomes the things that make some road available for some, and even some road get on national highway system. So as you're doing your research, if you type in NHS, National Highway System, the street in front of my house is not going to be on National Highway System, and it would not unlock money for that. So those are the things that you look at as you're looking at funding for different kind of road. So there are some roads in Sumter Township, like you said, they would not be on National Highway System, so they would not be eligible for federal dollars. Just wanted to put it out there.
Okay, thank you. My final brief. Again, you have a massive job, and everybody recognizes that, and you do a fantastic job based on what the resources that you're provided with. So I appreciate that. So just quickly, I'm sure we all sort of experienced the horror show on Channel 7. Oftentimes they talk about the townships and buses getting caught in ditches and swerving around ditches, going into holes. I've gotten several calls about that. I think you have too. We saw it on TV. We all were horrified. So in a situation like that, I guess I can say invariably, the resident's going to call the commissioner. They ain't going to call you. They're going to call CEO Evans. They're going to call the commissioner because that's the closest contact that they have. So in that regard, when you have a situation like that, and I think this happened on Jug Road, which is a road that's being resurfaced now, I believe, because of a part of the township initiative, I think, and that's what you're, okay. So when you have a situation that's, obviously there's some spin there, because school bus, 3 kids got hurt, 1 got concussed. People are calling me, kicking my teeth in, and I've got to figure out what the heck to do here. How do we categorize an emergency situation where you have something like this that's clearly exposed and it's denigrating to the county as far as, our reputation, and then versus regular grading, I guess, on that road. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that we know when there's inclement weather, the next day we're going to be deluged or inundated or overwhelmed with calls about potholes, about grading needs to be done because the roads have been damaged because of the inclement weather. So how do we sort of handle that when we know it's coming, or do we wait for individuals to call into the commissioner's office or call into the 800 hotline, the road crew number, and try and get something resolved, and then they get placed on a list based on the urgency of the request? I mean, so I guess my point is that we should know it's coming, right? We know they say take cover, tornado warning, take cover, tornado, storm is headed this way, take cover. So we know when we have rainstorms or inclement weather, we know the next day people are going to say, this is what's going on and we need some help. And again, I'm not here to try and cast aspersions on anyone. I'm just trying to do my job as commissioner. I think everybody here at this table is trying to do the same thing. It's not fair to pile everything on you because you have so many resources. You can only do so much with what you provided with. So let me conclude by saying, the budget discussions are coming up. I'm here to give you whatever you need. I'm sure the commissioners feel the same way. If you need additional funding, additional resources, additional manpower, additional equipment, whatever you need, and you're eloquent enough to make the case, I'm sure the commissioners will be all ears. We're going to do everything we can to make sure you get what you need. But having said all that, can you just give me a brief synopsis on how do we handle stuff like this? And because again, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So what are we doing different, or are we expecting to do differently to try and address some of these concerns that we know are coming?
So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Wayne County DPS, we're responsible for over 6,400 lane miles of roadway because we add MDOT roadway to it. We have 4,100 lane miles that are on Wayne County jurisdiction roadway. Let me just give you a quick statistics. Of our 4,100 lane mile, 19.2% is in good condition as of 2024. I don't want to steal my own thunder because when I come next week, I will let you know what we have done in the past 2 years and what we're going to be doing. Last year, we paved over 270 lane miles. 251 of it was done in-house, right? My people will tell me it's 251.25. They don't want me to forget the 0.25. And this year, they have set a goal. We've set a goal and we're going to work at it. At the end of this year, the number and the percentages of our road in good condition is going to go up. That means the percentage of the ones in poor condition, they're going to go down. But for the records, as of 2024, 19%, 19.2% in good condition, 47% in fair condition, and 33.8% in poor condition, right? So that result to 1,387 lane miles in poor condition. If you look at it from about $1 million per mile, then you're looking at some significant amount of money. And I will give you additional information if you want to talk about. So you're going to be looking at about $500 million to bring things into condition in a year period. And that if you're looking at a road on the average, it's going to be 2 lanes per mile. So about, $500,000 per lane mile. So that's the kind of budget you're going to look at between $500 and $700 million. And I'll be willing to take that from commission when we present to you $700 million in improvement. We're going to take care of it. But reality is not there. Rome was not built in a day. A governor won by saying fix the certain kind of roadway because there's a need there. And we are about business. And if we're going to shoot for it and we're pushing 300 lane miles every year going forward, it tells me after so many years, we're going to chew down on this, right? And in next 5 years or 4 years, we're going to go into a strategical mix of fixes, right? We're not just going to overlay everything. We're going to do things differently. And the thing I just told you about does not include bridges. So let's wind down to the question you asked. George Road situation, is it unfortunate? Absolutely, it's unfortunate. When did it happen? It happened during freestyle cycle on a gravel roadway. Do we know it's going to happen? Yes. Are we going to do anything differently? I have some ideas what we can do differently, but it's a gravel road. Gravel road everywhere in Southeast Michigan, in the state of Michigan, reacts to our freeze and thaw cycle. It's engineering. We showed you video, we put videos out. What is going on with us is going on with our friends in Oakland County, in Macomb, in Washington, and all the way to Grand Rapids. And they did the videos as well, showing the performance of this roadway. So it's unfortunate that what happened on George Road happened. It's a wide roadway. I understand what happened with the driver. He was trying to avoid the distress on the roadway. Then they pivot too close to the edge of the roadway and they fell into the ditch. I understand what they were trying to do. Had they stayed in the middle of the roadway, they would not be switching over. So I understand that. And as bad as that was, I'm ashamed to say, a couple weeks later, one of my guys tipped an equipment into a similar ditch because they were working on the ditch as well. What are we going to do differently? We have 300 plus lane miles of gravel roads. I think it's about time to start converting those to paved road. City of Detroit, about 40, 50 years ago, they had a lot of gravel roadways. So when you go into the city, especially on the east side, you'll see the main corridor are paved with concrete. The side road are paved with asphalt. And they are not deep asphalt. They were coated over many years because that was their gravel road conversion. So when you see potholes, you see on those connected roads to reduce the freestyle cycle impact on their roadway. We need to start converting some of our roadway. We just need to do it in a more of an engineering way, such that it lasts a long time. It's going to cost us money. It's going to cost us about $1 million per mile, right? That's what we're spending on Judd Road, right? We're going to ditch it. We're going to pave it. $300 million if we're going to convert everything. But on top of that, not everybody wants their gravel road converted.
Right.
I think that's also a fact that is lost on us. If I go around and I just pave everybody's roadway, you all are going to call me to the carpet in a few months and you're going to chastise me because I paved a road that I wasn't supposed to pave. At that point, it becomes difficult to unpave it. So what are we doing? We're working with the townships. I'm talking to the townships. Give me a list, right? George Road will have paved it by now. We had asked for it 2 years ago as part of this thing. A lot of back and forth that happened. So we're going to be converting some roadways. And I'll next week when I come, I'll give you some of the list of the roads that we're going to be converting. We have a contract that passed through commission about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And you guys asked a bunch of questions about it. They'll be working on it has not passed. It will be coming your way. The ditching passed. The new contractor is going to be coming to you. They'll help us convert a bunch of roadways, including in your district, Madam Commissioner, Main Street and Clement.
Okay.
That is coming your way. And there's a bunch of other ones that will come. I believe there are three of those roads in your district,
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Commissioner. So those are some of the things that we're going to do. But as regards to Freestore, it's Freestore. And we're not going to get to $300 million and 300 conversion
Sure.
in any single year.
So just final question, how often are the gravel roads refilled or is gravel added? Because I have Martinsville Road in my district and they're just going crazy over there because they need more gravel because the gravel obviously will alleviate some of these issues when you have inclement weather. So how do you...
So to your question, gravel will make the road better.
Okay, make it worse? Make it worse?
Make it better.
Oh, better, okay.
It will not reduce the Freestore implication. We're still going to have that.
Okay.
But it would be a lot better because there will be something on top of the grade.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, over the past 10, 15 years, we hadn't been adding gravel to our roadway.
You hadn't been?
We have not been adding.
Yeah.
Going forward, we're going to start adding. We have a problem right now that we're working through. One of the our contract has, the contractor is pushing back and requesting because of cost of fuel. We want them to be delivering to the site. And we're in negotiation. We're going to finish that negotiation very soon. And that will allow them to drop or deliver because the cost of me going back to the yard to bring so much gravel is just crazy.
Okay.
So our goal this year is to begin to add gravel to the roadway. Again, we have 300 lane miles. 300 miles.
So how do you prioritize which roads gets the gravel first? Do we call, you want the commissioners to call?
I don't
you want to give email?
If you want to send me email for advisement only,
Yes,
we'll do that. But we know the traffic. We know the traffic. No, I welcome emails.
I appreciate
welcome.
that, yeah.
But I don't want us to have any expectation that you send me an email and you did not do it. No. We're still going to use volume of traffic.
Okay.
But when I have two roads tied, and I have recommendation from you or from the city or township administrator, we're going to use that. We're going to work with the leadership of the community in prioritizing this roadway. But we're also going to look at data. So if you want me to prioritize a low traveled roadway, and I know I have a high volume roadway, I love you, I appreciate you, but I'm going to prioritize the high volume roadway.
That makes sense. And your final thoughts on chip and seal?
So chip and seal is not, and I know one of the projects here, the reason it's been delayed is because some people believe they want to put it. And any community that wants it, I will give them chip and seal with full disclosure. But chip and seal, in my own experience, is better on an existing paved road or existing roadway in good condition where you put, look at chip and seal as you put oil on the roadway and you sprinkle chips of rocks on it. It's done to help build over small depression on roadway and cracks on roadway. If somebody, a community, and I offer them when they push for it, if you want me to spray oil on your gravel road and put some gravel on it, I would do it. I would just put a sign. This chip seal of gravel road brought to you by Commissioner Al R. Wilson.
There you will. Okay.
Right? I mean, if anybody wants that in their community, they do that. But what we're trying to do is to pave the road well. Even if we don't build it up to $1 million per mile, let's do something like $500,000 per mile. Put some gravel and put at least 1 or 2 inches of asphalt on it. That's what I think we should be doing.
Okay. Thank you, Director
Thank you so much.
Dio, for your eloquent enunciation. Appreciate it.
And thank you. And again, Dio's going to be here in 2 weeks to talk about roads. So Commissioner Baydun.
In a week, man.
Thank you.
Next week. It's 2 weeks. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dio, thankfully, I don't have any gravel roads in my district. And I'm looking forward to the ribbon cutting for the Miller Bridge finally on June 11th. You mentioned 6,400 lane miles. 4,100 is county owned, and the rest is MDOT, like Telegraph, Ford Road, Southfield Freeway, Michigan Avenue. And you mentioned that the average cost or the max is $1 million for lane mile.
Average.
Does it usually go more than that?
Yeah, it could go more
if the roads are very bad.
It could go more than that depending on the treatment. For example, if we rebuild the roadway and we bring in concrete, so 8 Mile Road in Northville is a good example. A portion of it, we rebuild it from the ground up and we brought concrete. That is way more than $1 million per mile. But on the average is what I was talking about. Average, definitely some road is going to be more than $1 million. If there's a lot of distress, there's some treatment. So you mill off 3.5 inches. It's also how much do you mill off and what kind of treatment do you do? So one of these days, I probably should invite you all to come. Let's visit. Let's do a visit to the roadway. So you mill off, you have the milled surface, then you go inspect it. And there are different details in the MDOT spec book. They call it detail 7, detail 8, and full depth. So detail is a distressed road. You can take it down about 4 or 5 inches, right? And bring asphalt into it. Then you overlay the whole thing. Some is full depth replacement. You take it down and you bring concrete back into it, then you overlay it. So there are different fixes that you do to the base to treat it so that when you overlay it, it doesn't fail in that location that you know is already failing. And there are different things that you need to do. So those are the things that affect the prices.
One more question. Is Wayne County involved with what they're doing on I-94 if you're heading towards the airport, or is that an MDOT project?
That is an MDOT project.
So we don't have anything to do with that.
We have communication and coordination with them, but that is an MDOT project. And just so you know, the job they're doing there, they are realigning the roadway. So there's an intersection, there's an interchange that currently is a funky interchange. It joins in the middle. They're going to move that on the outside, and the space in the middle, they build a roadway. So, and I forgot that name of that intersection, interchange. Ecourse Road. So thank you very much. So they do it so that the ramps will be on the outside. It's a lot safer. And they're going to build the road and it's going to be a brand new road that's going to last hopefully 30 to 50 years when it's all said and done. But before I move away, you said something about Miller Rotunda Bridge. That is one where folks over the past 10, 15 years had worked hard to identify it as a project, to find money for it, and to design it. And a lot of community, and you and I talked about, took several calls from you when people say we're not doing anything, when they say, it's too high or whatever it is, right? And a lot of complaint. That is a project that is in excess of, $60 million, right? And on June 11, I'm inviting all of you to come out and celebrate. We'll finish that job. It's a unique bridge in terms of you have an intersection in the middle of the air where a major roadway is meeting another roadway, a T-junction right on top. It's built for the modern day. Look at the design, walk underneath it, look at the safety, the signal there, smart signal, the light, and this kind of safety infrastructure on the bridge. I just think is one that your geek engineer, you just go on and on and on about it. I went with Deputy County Executive a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't just stop talking about it. It's safe, it's just beautiful. So I welcome you all to join us on June 11th.
Will the bridge be open on that day for the public also?
I expect that if it's not open that day, it'll be open right after it. I believe it's going to be open that day, but I don't want to be quoted. I know my people were working on it as early as 2, 3 a.m. this morning, getting it ready to be open. So it should be open that day or shortly right after.
Thank you, Dio. Thank you.
What time is it?
11 a.m. on
11
June
a.m.
11th.
Okay, Commissioner Clemente, did you have something? Okay. All right, thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you in a couple weeks as
Thank you so
well.
much, ma'am.
Really
Thank you,
appreciate
everybody.
it.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay. Madam Clerk.
Item F, such are the matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
No, I've heard of none. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
Okay, anyone here in this chamber that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? Okay, do we have any emails?
There are no emails and there's no one on the telephone
Okay, no one on the
or
telephone.
Zoom.
Okay. All right, seeing and hearing none. Next item.
Item H, adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. We are now adjourned.